Well, guys, the video you're about to watch was supposed to come out on Halloween. It's coming out now, so I hope you guys enjoy.
There's a force in all of us that science knows nothing about, the force of fear.
Welcome back to Induced Fear. If you are new to the channel, then consider hitting that subscribe button, like the video, comment, share with your friends, whatever, all the YouTube nonsense. We'll just get that out of the way. Before this video, the Halloween video, why don't we talk about scary clowns? Now I figure, why don't we talk about the clown story that I'm pretty sure everybody knows? It's the famous urban legend of the clown statue. If you haven't heard it, I'll tell you it right now. There are many different versions of this story, but the one I know takes place in Newport Beach, California. This wealthy family just the parents needed a break, so they booked a table to go and eat dinner somewhere nice while they got themselves a babysitter to come and watch their kids. The parents give this babysitter, the rules. Hey, just make them dinner, uh, have them get ready for bed. Then after that, you can watch as much TV as you want and have anything in the fridge. But the mother tells this babysitter, if you wouldn't mind, if you're going to watch TV, please go and watch it upstairs in our bedroom because it's close to their room. And for some reason, they've been having really bad nightmares. So if you hear them crying in the middle of the night, it's quicker for you to get to them. These are simple enough rules. So the babysitter agrees and the parents go out for their date. Now, once the parents leave, then the babysitting starts. She gives the kids dinner, some milk and cookies. They kind of hang out, talk to each other for a little while, and then she ushers them up to bed to get ready to go to sleep. After they're ready and getting tucked into bed, she reads them a bedtime story, and they're quick to fall asleep. It was a good night. She felt accomplished after babysitting these kids. So then she went and walked over to the bedroom of the parents, and as she walked in, she noticed this really creepy clown statue standing in a corner of the bedroom for some reason. Naturally, this clown statue, much like this one here, um, creeped her out. And as she was watching TV, it felt like the statue was staring at her and watching her watch TV. So she got a blanket and threw it over the statue so that she wouldn't be creeped out anymore and she can relax for the rest of the night. As time went on, though, she started to feel more and more uneasy about this clown statue, and she even swore that it moved. In her words, she calls the mother, says, "Hey, it's me. Everything is fine. The kids are fast asleep. There's nothing wrong with the kids. But can I watch TV downstairs, please?" The mother says, "Well, of course. But why?" The babysitter then tells the mother, "Well, I know it's silly, but your guys' clown statue is really freaking me out." The mother then hands the phone over to the father, and he asks, "Clown statue?" She said, "Yes, the one you have in your bedroom." Now, after the babysitter says that, the phone goes silent for a while. Then the father says, "Listen to me carefully. Take the children and get out of the house. Go now." Babysitter then gets confused, like, what's wrong? The father then just takes a big gulp and says, "We don't have a clown statue." She's stunned for a second and doesn't move, trying to process what she just heard because she knows she's seen this statue in the bedroom. So for them to say we don't have one is a shock. So after she's done processing everything, she runs into the kids' bedroom, taking one of them each in each arm to carry them down the stairs and out onto the sidewalk. And when she goes out there, she's comforting them, telling them, "Hey, don't be afraid. You're safe. We're just gonna stay out here." And as she looks up to the window on the second story, she just sees a white face staring back at her. And this clown backs up into the darkness and fades away. Within minutes, the police arrive and they run inside the house. And as they're searching for it, they end up finding this man with a clown costume. And inside of his costume was a knife that he had. Turns out he was a convicted killer and he had been stalking this family for months and then decided to hide in their attic. And every night he would sneak out and just watch the family in the middle of the night. And the children had been complaining about this clown statue staring at them in the middle of the night, but the parents thought of it as like just the child's imagination being afraid of the dark, things like that. But it turned out to be a clown that was just sneaking around the house watching them. I don't know about you guys, but that has always been a creepy story to me. And if you haven't heard it, then you're welcome. Our next story is going to be called The Clown Doll. Two creepy things, clowns, dolls, and we'll put them together. Just for you guys. Now, this one begins with a little girl, 7 years old, by the name of Molly. Now, she was obsessed with dolls, and she wasn't really doing very well in school, so her parents decided to bribe her by saying, hey, if you pay attention and do all your stuff in school, we'll buy you a new doll. Instantly, this motivated Molly, and she started working hard in school and eventually got straight A's. And both of her parents were very happy with that. And what did they promise? To get her a doll, and that's what they did. Now, the next morning, Molly's mother decides to take her to the store to buy this doll. They're shopping around when they ended up passing this thrift store, secondhand store, what have you. And Molly instantly is drawn to this store and asks, can we go inside? So they go inside. Now, when they entered this shop, Molly's mother looked down at her and said, hey, get anything you want, no matter the price, whatever you want, we're going to get you. That excited Molly. She started going up and down the aisles in this dusty old store, searching for the thing that she wanted. Suddenly, on top of the shelf, she saw something kind of obscured by dusty boxes and things like that. And what Molly saw definitely caught her eye, because it was a doll, and it was a clown doll with big red hair, yellow eyes, and a big red nose. Classic clown. Now, more about this doll was that it kind of had a gnarly face. It looked kind of malicious, had sharp teeth. One of his fists were clenched, and it just didn't look like a friendly doll that a kid would want. She instantly yelled for her mom and said, Mommy, I want this one. As the mother saw it, she said, are you sure? Because it's kind of creepy and ugly. The little girl just nods up and down, screaming that she wants the doll. So, as the mother said, get anything you want, and she buys this kid this creepy clown doll. And as she's carrying it to the register, the clerk actually says, Ma'am, I'm sorry, but this doll isn't for sale. I will not sell you this doll. Molly heard the shop owner say, hey, you can't have the doll. So she started to cry. And as her mother looked down at her, and saw her daughter crying, that the waterworks always win. So she then turns back to the clerk and says, I will pay you more money for this doll. And he doesn't budge. Eventually, she just says, hey, I'll give you $100 for this doll. Instantly, that changes his mind. He probably doesn't get that much business in this dusty old shop. And he snatches the money and says, fine, take it, have the doll. Now, because he got his money, his $100, he then grabs the doll, throws it in a bag, hands it to them, and as they're walking out, he yells to the mother, hey, just one more thing. Do not, under any circumstances, leave your daughter alone with that doll. Now, immediately when they get home, Molly is running into the living room to play with this doll. And the mother is just watching her daughter play with this doll, happy that she can make her daughter happy. But she notices one thing weird about this doll is that it's holding up 3 fingers for some reason. And she just kind of brushes it off. She says, that's weird. Why is it holding up 3 fingers? Mind you, it was clenched when they first bought it. Now, when they come home, it's three fingers. She ends up taking this doll away from her daughter because her daughter needs to go to sleep, and she knows that she is not going to sleep if she's playing with that doll all night. So the next morning, Molly wakes up, excited to go and get her doll. She runs out of her room, yelling, "Mommy, Mommy," running down the hall to the room. As she steps close to her mother's door, she steps into a puddle of blood, and she slowly turns the doorknob, creaks open the door, and what she sees when she opens that door is that this clown doll is now sitting on the side of her mother while her mother is laying on the floor, dead, with a knife inside of her. And when she looks up to see this clown doll, it is now holding up four fingers. Now, who knows? It could have been a possessed doll, a cursed doll, or somebody came in and took out the mother. Either way, this clown was now holding up four fingers. Another victim down. Now, I don't know about you guys, but those two stories are some of the creepiest urban legend stories when it comes to scary clowns, creepy clowns, killer clowns. I know we have the movies now with Pennywise and now Art the Clown, which everybody loves. The newest clown in town, the best one. But I really hope you guys enjoyed these creepy clown stories for Halloween. You guys have fun, be safe, and always remember to ask questions and face your fears. Thanks for joining me, Oscar, on this episode of Induced Fear. Bye, guys.